Today we are going undercover on the internet.
좋으세요, 여러분?
시끄러워요.
일단 좀
Millions of fans can't look away. The irresistible charm of Jeon Jungkook in the latest BTS interview with GQ magazine stuns the world. Hello everyone, welcome back to K-pop Idol. The place where we slowly explore the journeys, stories, and unforgettable moments of the biggest K-pop stars in the world. If you love deep stories about your favorite idols, don't forget to subscribe to K-pop Idol and join us as we continue following every chapter of their incredible journey. Because here at K-pop Idol, we don't just talk about K-pop. We explore the meaning behind every moment. And today, we are going to talk about a moment that made millions of fans around the world unable to look away. In the fast-moving world of global entertainment, only a few artists have the power to make millions of people pause for a moment, just to watch them. And one of those rare artists is Jeon Jungkook. Since his debut with BTS, Jungkook has always been known as someone who possesses a rare combination, extraordinary talent, captivating visuals, and a natural charisma that cannot be manufactured. Recently, a new interview featuring BTS with GQ magazine once again reminded the world why Jungkook continues to capture global attention. At first glance, the interview seemed simple. Just a casual conversation. No massive concert stage. No intense choreography. No dramatic performance. Just the members of BTS sitting together and sharing their thoughts. But something unexpected happened. As the camera slowly moved across the members, many fans around the world noticed something almost immediately. Their eyes kept returning to Jungkook. Again and again. Even when he wasn't speaking. Even when he was simply sitting quietly and listening. There was something about him that felt impossible to ignore. Almost like an invisible magnet pulling people's attention back to him. Across social media platforms, comments began appearing rapidly. Fans from different countries shared the same reaction. Many said they tried to focus on the interview questions. But somehow their attention kept drifting back to Jungkook. It wasn't just about visuals. It was something deeper. In the interview, Jungkook appeared with a style that was simple yet incredibly elegant. Nothing flashy. Nothing overly dramatic. But somehow, that simplicity made him stand out even more. His gaze was calm. His expressions were soft. Every now and then he would smile quietly while listening to the other members. And those small moments quickly became the most talked about clips online. Fans began sharing short edits of Jungkook's expressions. A small smile. A gentle laugh. A quiet nod. Even the way he listened attentively became something fans loved to watch. Many longtime fans pointed out that Jungkook now feels very different from the early years of his career. Not in a negative way, but in a way that shows growth. He looks more mature, more confident, more comfortable in his own presence. There is a calmness in the way he carries himself now. A calmness that only comes from someone who has walked through years of experience. When the interview from GQ magazine asked about BTS's journey and their thoughts about the future, Jungkook answered with remarkable sincerity. His voice was soft, but his words carried weight. He spoke about growth, about how each member continues to evolve as an artist and as a person, and how they still want to remain honest in their music and their identity. Many fans described that moment as deeply emotional, because it revealed a more reflective side of Jungkook. A side that understands how far he has come. And perhaps that is what makes Jungkook's presence feel even more powerful today. He is no longer just the young golden magnet people first met years ago. He has grown into a global artist with his own identity and perspective. Someone who understands both the power and responsibility of standing at the top of the global music industry. As clips from the interview continued spreading across the internet, Jungkook's name quickly began trending again. Fans created compilations highlighting his moments in the interview. Some focused on his smile. Some focused on his expressions. Others simply replayed moments where he sat quietly but radiated undeniable charisma. These moments may seem small, But for fans, they felt meaningful. Because they allowed people to see Jungkook as he truly is. Not only as a superstar, but also as a person. Someone warm. Someone humble. Someone who still feels incredibly genuine despite his global fame. And that is perhaps the real reason why millions of fans cannot look away from him. Not just because he is famous, but because there is a sincerity that feels real. Across online communities, fans began sharing thoughtful reflections. Some said Jungkook has a rare aura. An aura that makes people feel comforted when they see him. An aura that feels inspiring. And an aura that makes people curious to continue watching his journey. Longtime fans of BTS even said this interview reminded them of how far Jungkook has come since his debut. From a shy teenage trainee stepping into the spotlight, to becoming one of the most influential global artists of this generation. That journey was not easy. There were pressures. There were expectations. There were moments of doubt and challenges along the way. But Jungkook kept growing, kept learning, and kept showing the world the best version of himself. That is why every appearance he makes still feels special. Because fans know there is a long story behind the person they see today. And this interview with GQ magazine felt like a small window into that story. A glimpse of Jungkook in a calm, honest, and reflective moment. While the world around him moves quickly, Jungkook seems to have found balance within himself. He doesn't rush. He doesn't try to become something he isn't. He simply remains Jungkook. And perhaps that authenticity is exactly what makes his charm so powerful. Because authenticity has a unique kind of energy. When someone is truly themselves, people can feel it. And millions of fans felt that energy while watching this interview. From Korea, to the United States, to Europe, to Asia, fans everywhere shared the same sentiment. They simply couldn't look away from Jungkook. And here on K-pop Idol, moments like this are always fascinating to witness. Because on K-pop Idol, we don't just talk about K-pop news. We also explore the deeper stories behind the artists we admire. We try to understand the journey behind every smile, every performance, and every quiet moment. And Jungkook's story is one of the most powerful examples of that journey. A young dreamer from South Korea, who worked tirelessly, who faced countless challenges, and who eventually became an inspiration for millions of people around the world. And here on K-pop Idol, we will continue following every step of that journey. Slowly, thoughtfully, and with admiration. Because every new chapter in Jungkook's story always brings something meaningful to witness. And if this interview taught us anything, it's that true charm doesn't always come from grand stages or dramatic moments. Sometimes, it appears in the simplest expressions. A quiet smile, a calm gaze, a sincere answer. Small moments that somehow connect millions of hearts. And that is what makes Jungkook truly unforgettable. Thank you for watching this story with Pop Idol. If you enjoy deep storytelling about K-pop and the journeys of your favorite idols, don't forget to subscribe to Pop Idol and stay with us for more stories like this. Because here at Pop Idol, we will continue watching every chapter unfold. Slowly, with open hearts, and with pride. Because this story is far from over. See you in the next video on K-pop Idol.